Hello, we're doing a podcast. I'm in a weird mood today because it's a weird time. And I'm excited to talk a little bit about what the hell we're going to do since all of our damn gyms are closed. We're going to get some home workouts in. We're going to try to stay healthy. We're going to try to stay level-headed, sober-minded, all of this social distancing talk. I never realized how much of a social human being I am and how social creatures thrive in that environment of fellowship and being around other people. And they've taken it all away from us. Damn it. What a great way to start an episode, right? First, this episode of the podcast is brought to you by Promises Behavioral Health. Promises is a family of mental health and addiction treatment centers, and they're based out of Nashville, Tennessee. We're very excited to have these guys as a partner. They're a solid resource that you can reach out to if you need some help. They're ready to help you or your loved ones stay committed and achieve your promise of recovery. Now, there's a lot of treatment centers out there that you can reach out to for help, but how do you know who you can trust? It's always a common question that I get, that I hear people ask, like, man, how do I know who to call? How do I know who I can reach out to? And that's where Promises comes in. I've personally worked with a few members of the team at Promises. They're great people. They care. They have family and friends that are in recovery, so they get it. In addition to that, and just as important, if not more important, they have highly trained staff members throughout a variety of treatment centers. So there's a spot in your area, or close by at least. So here's what you can do. If you want to learn more about Promises treatment options for yourself, for your family member, you just have some questions. You just want to get some questions answered. What the heck do I do? You can go to promisesbehavioralhealth.com/sober guy. They created an awesome page for us. There's some pictures of our family. They were kind enough to bring us out to Arizona last year. We had a get together, little meetup, took some photos, had a good time, talked recovery. And they put that page together for the resource page there. And once again, that's promisesbehavioralhealth.com/sober guy. Or you can just call 888-205-1890. That's 888-205-1890. Tell them that you heard about them through that Sober Guy podcast. Okay, I have a couple of announcements real quick before we get this thing started. We're doing daily AA meetings. I've been in one all last week, actually, as this goes live. And they've been great. Like I said, a lot of the clubhouses are closed right now. The Alano clubs, you don't get that live meeting aspect. We got to remain flexible. We got to be able to adapt. I know that's hard for some people who aren't as tech savvy, but those resources are out there. This one's great. My sponsor, Buddy, puts it on. We have, we're getting 50 or so people right now in these groups in the evening times. It's 6 p.m. Pacific time. That's 9 p.m. Eastern. It's www.zoomaameetings.com. All you got to do is download the Zoom app, or you can just go on your laptop to zoomaameetings.com and you can log in. It'll bring you right into the room. And there's all kinds of people in there from all over the country and all over the world that are, stuck without a damn meeting right now and trying to stay connected. So definitely a good thing. Check those out. Also, you got dailyaaemails.com. You get an AA email sent right to your inbox. If you like that, it's one of my favorite ways to start the day, by taking a big dump and reading some daily AA emails, son. How do you like that? I'm just being honest, man. That's what I do. And Buddy gives me shit for it, but it's okay. I understand his point of view as well. But anyways, before I blab my ass off and talk my head off here, let's get to some good content today with my buddy Trent. Let's get this party started.
That Sober Guy podcast contains adult content, merciless truth, and emotional nudity. Listener discretion is advised.
I'm Shane Raymer. You're listening to That Sober Guy podcast, and we help people stay sober. All right. Be sure to check us out at thatsoberguy.com. You can connect with us on Instagram at RealThatSoberGuy and on Twitter at Shane Raymer. Oh, man. Crazy day today. Crazy times right now we're living in. I got my good buddy and CrossFit coach Trent Williamson here today from Armada Strength in Vacaville, CrossFit North. And he can program some shit for you if you're trying to stay sober during the doomsday zombie apocalypse that's unfolding right before our eyes, or some performance programming for CrossFit, Olympic weightlifting. You just plain old want to get your ass in shape. He is level 1 certified, CFL1 trainer, CrossFit Anatomy certificate. He's just an all-around cool dude too. We have a good time. He's taught me a lot. And man, I'm happy to have you back on the podcast actually. Trent, what's up, man? How are you?
Hey man, I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, I'm very happy to have you on. And I probably should have said this in the very beginning. If you got children listening, it's probably a good time to take them out of the room. As the intro stated, I've been able to keep it pretty clean lately, but I'm in one of those weird moods right now. And I just feel like there's going to be some weird stuff happening in this podcast, but some great stuff too. We're going to get positive. We're going to talk about some home programming, how to stay fit, what we can do, all that kind of stuff. But it may get a little bit weird today. So I just want to give that heads up to parents out there. In any case, what is going on, man? What have you been up to? What is your thoughts on the zombie apocalypse that's going on right now?
Man, everything's just crazy right now, man.
Yeah.
I've been, we got this shelter in place order, so spent a lot of time at home.
Yeah.
Still trying to get, my fitness in. I've been going over to my buddy Stacy's house and working out. He has pretty much a full home gym.
Nice.
And then pretty much the only other place I'm going besides that is a grocery store. So
Yeah.
it's a trip, dude. It's like I feel like I'm in trouble almost, right? Because it's like I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm just like chilling, and it's like
Yeah.
I feel like I got scolded and I'm grounded or some shit. You know what I mean?
So weird. Was there
Dude, it's a trip, dude. And like driving around town, it's like there's like nobody out. It's like, wow, this is, I don't know, man. It's just a trip all the way around.
It's like living through a movie or a Black Mirror episode. Like I'm actually living this shit out right now. And you and I were talking a little bit beforehand. And, I don't talk about this stuff on this platform ever because we try to want to keep it, pretty much recovery based. But we're in a time right now where some of this stuff is going to be forced out, probably a little bit in this conversation about my prior, like, prepping, prepping mentality and the doomsday, is coming. And like, I've thought about this kind of stuff. And I think everyone's probably given it some sort of thought, whether you think it's, crazy or not. It's in mainstream, you see people doing it and talking about it and stuff, but Trent, like I never thought this shit would actually happen, bro. Like,
dude,
it's happening.
Either.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like there's two types of people, right? There's people that, think about and prepare for the zombie apocalypse, and there's people that don't, what I mean? And it's like, I'm huge into sci-fi and all that crap. So it's like, dude, I was born for this. You know what I mean? It's like everybody I talk to, they're like, how are you dealing with all the, seclusion? I'm like, dude, I was built for this. Like,
I'm
waiting
ready for this. Yeah.
Like throw whatever at me. I don't even care.
I keep hearing Rudy Rudiger from the movie Rudy going, I've been ready for this my whole life.
There it is, right?
Yeah,
there.
But then it's happening and I'm pissing my pants. What's going on? Like, I don't know what to do.
It's like I have had zero anxiety about anything.
That's
it's like
good.
Cool. Like whatever is gonna happen is gonna happen. I mean, there's people out there doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
Like I was reading some articles today, and like there was these dudes dressed up in like full on gear for what they look like for testing for COVID, and they're going door to door, dude, and robbing people. I'm like,
oh my God.
Those are the type of people that are just pieces of shit.
Oh,
you know what I mean? It's like, dude, we're in a time where like people should be coming together.
Yeah.
And then there's these assholes out here just, trying to rob people. It's like, dude,
there's always going to be some assholes and some criminals looking for opportunity in a time of crisis, and it's
right. And it's a
pretty
shame,
sad.
dude, because like I said, man, people should be coming together right now, even though
Absolutely.
we have to have our social distance or whatever. Still, I mean, dude, love thy neighbor, right?
Yep. Well, I think I think that's a good thing to kind of point out too, is that, we're kind of having a little bit of fun with this, and, we're going to joke around a little bit about it too. Obviously, for those out there listening, or the person who's going to get pissed off about, this is like, we know it's a serious situation. Okay. So let me just say that before the emails come in, like, but at the same time, if I don't find some comedy in some stuff, like it can literally, mess with my soul, and I'll start getting down a rabbit hole in a tunnel where I can really get locked out. And so I think one of the things that you brought up that's important, and we've talked about this in the last couple of days a lot, is being in the moment and trying to get rid of anxiety. Like, how have you been? You said you haven't really had any anxiety about this stuff. Like, how have you been able to kind of curb some of that? Because that's one of the main topics that's been coming up in these online AA meetings is fear and anxiety.
So, dude, the way I look at pretty much anything in life is, there's two outcomes, man. It's either going to go good or it's going to go bad, right? Mm-hmm. So if you can accept the fact that, like, the situation is what it is, I cannot control it. So why am I going to worry about it, right? Yeah. So it's just, well, I'm going to get through day to day, do the best I can as a pretty decent human being, and just go about it that way. As soon as you have like fear and panic and everything, that's when shit starts going sideways. Yeah. Like, people freaking like the toilet paper shortage. You know what I mean? Dude, it's 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
I'm going to stick a hose up my ass before come on. Like, what's going on? I mean, it's not going to go up my ass. I'll just clean it, but.
Right. But it's like that panic right there. That's where, all the bad shit happens.
Yeah.
That's where, there's going to be the assholes that are going door to door trying to rob people. But I mean, you're not adding anything positive to the situation if you're going to buy 190 rolls of toilet paper, and then there's the older people that are going to the store that didn't go to the store right out of the gate, and they don't have anything. Like, that's a dick move. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's not a good way to to serve, to be of service either. A lot of the other things that have been coming up is how do we serve others? How do we stay in that mentality of helping others? Because I know, like, when I'm doing that, it takes me out of my own head, where I can sit up there and trip out about stuff and future trip and start getting worried and scared. And especially when you got kids too, man. I know I mentioned that before we got started today. You got kids. It puts a different twist on things, because of their innocence, and in the serious time right now, you're like, holy shit, like, what is going on right now? And we got to really stay level-headed, and the way so the social distancing too, I think that is an aspect of this. It's almost like psychological warfare, right? We're so programmed to, or not even programmed, but it's in our nature as human beings to be social, to be around each other and stuff, man. And when you take that away, it can be a little bit tough, but at least we have technology to kind of help bridge the gap, but it's not the same,
Oh, for sure, dude. And honestly, like, with that, like, dude, me, like, I have to be around people.
Yeah.
That's why I have,
you're a people
that's
dude,
why I have
sure.
the career that I have, it's like that keeps me sane. You know what I mean? And I mean, granted, when I come home from work, I'm, 95% of the time I'm alone anyway, but it's like, that's my, time to decompress or whatever. Yeah. But the fact that we have like the social distancing and stuff, dude, I can't tell you, like, I've literally FaceTimed almost everybody in my phone. I'm like, hey, what's up? What are you doing? They're like, why are you FaceTiming me? Oh, I'm just kind of bored.
I just want to see your face.
Yeah, I need some interaction, but it's, what's helping with that, dude, like going and working out with Stacy, that's super cool. I mean, he's one of my best friends. And it's like, even no matter how much of a pain in the ass he is, it's like, at least I get, some social interaction. But it's, I don't know, man, it's a trip. Like, we're on day 3 of this, and I'm like,
oh yeah,
hey, bro, I'm like, I don't know what to do. I really I'm like, so I'm bored already, and it's like I just keep working, and then I like, okay, so I got that done. Now what, And I'm trying to stay off Netflix, and I don't play video games, so it's like I have no interest there. So I'm just trying to go about it the best I can. You know what I mean?
What day is it today? Actually, I don't even remember.
It's Thursday. I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
I had to look this morning.
And this will go. I'm probably going to put this out on Monday. So as this goes live, it'll be day 5, 6, 7. I don't know, but I've started to lose kind of track of what what time and what day. Like, I'm just great. I think the other thing too, man, is like, and I know you and I have these chats, and you shared the same perspective on trying to look at opportunities in something, and trying to look on the bright side of things, look at the cup half full, however you want to put it, instead of half empty. There's a lot of time right now to slow down a little bit, and to, even though there's a lot of stuff going on, it's time to spend with, friends or family, or even if, if you're on the solo like you, even being able to FaceTime people and like just take a break a little bit from that. Like we were wearing this busyness schedule, I feel like, and I'm definitely guilty of it. It's like this badge of honor. Like, oh, I got this going on. I'm so fucking important, and I have this and that, and my job's important, and this is important. And man, like at the end of the day, does it really matter? Like, you know what
dude,
I mean?
I 100% agree with that, dude. It's like you take a look at all the time that you invest in all of the shit that you do daily, you know, and it's like, man, what if I would have spent that hour that I could have spent, you know, like with family or friends or whatever, instead of just, you know, putting my head down and working. And it's like most everybody secludes themselves anyway, like 90% of the time, because they're, you know, so wrapped up in all the bullshit that's going on just in life, you know? And, I know like it's only like day, you know, 3 or whatever. And, you know, like I said, I'm bored, but like, dude, like creativity is already like starting to like kick off in my brain. It's like, okay, so like I could grow Armada, you know, big, you know, so like, what do I have to do that? You know what I mean? And it's like going back to what you said about helping people. That's one thing that I'm trying to do is help everyone not lose that fitness thing. Right. Yeah. So it's like, cause I know how it goes when you get, you know, unmotivated and it's hard to get back into fitness. Like just don't lose it in the first place, you know?
Yeah. It's been like 4 days for me already, dude. I just been I haven't been motivated. Like I had a great workout Sunday with some buddies just over at the park. We just got outside, but like the week, man, I've been busy with work and just like all this stuff is going on and the schedule's all off. And I've kind of lost that motivation. So I think that I can really relate to what you're talking about. I'm sure a lot of other people out there can. So like, how do we kind of combat that?
Dude, it's like, you know, instead of, you know, being bored or watching Netflix or, you know, shoveling a bunch of carbs in your face, like, you know, let's just work out, just move. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be an hour-long workout. You can work out for 20 minutes, but make it a hard 20 minutes, you know, and then, you know, get back on with your life. You know, I know there's a lot of people out there that are, you know, stuck without any equipment or, you know, or don't have a home gym and things like that. And, you know, programming around that's super simple. You know, it's like I could build a workout that's going to kick your ass when you don't even have to touch a weight. You know what I mean? But you're going to be dying depending on how much effort you put into it.
I can attest to that. Cause like, I don't know if it was last week or whatever. I was like, there was like 3 WODs in a row. I can't remember what day it was. And I was like, oh God, I hate you, Trent. This sucks. But it was great at the same time.
I'm just here to get you fit, dude. I'm just here to get you fit and make you better.
Oh, you did. I mean? You definitely made me better that day, but I was fucking exhausted by the end of the day. It was like, wow.
You know, but when it comes to the motivation thing, man, it's like, it's just like, I don't remember who I was telling this to, but like, I think it was like 2 weeks ago. I was talking to one of the members of the gym. She had just moved, but she was still working in Vacaville. And she's like, I don't know how I'm going to stay motivated. I'm like, instead of driving home after work, drive straight to the gym and then do that every day for 5, 6, 7 days. And then it's going to become a habit. Like if you don't go to the gym, it's going to feel weird. Right. Yep. So it's just set aside that time. You know, if you live by a schedule now, why not put that into your schedule while all this is going on, you know?
Yeah, that's Jess and I talked about this weekend, you know, because the kids are out of school right now. It looks like forever. I don't think they're ever going back, at least this year. Apparently to our, you know, or it's the summertime. I don't know. Who knows? They say 2 weeks. Who really knows at this point? In any case, beside the point, shit's different. There's no schedule right now. It's total chaos. There's chips and toys and corn dog sticks and all kinds of shit all over my house right now. There's screaming and chaos and they're playing and they're laughing and they're crying and there's, you know, and Jess is in the middle of it. I'm out in the garage trying to work and it's just madness, right? And
Cash is just running around.
Oh, screaming. He's crazy. Yeah, he's trying to work out, dude. Watch karate videos on YouTube and emulate Bruce Lee, and it's hilarious, man. But like, there's point to that was kind of what you were saying was like, there's no schedule right now because everything is really weird and it's off and we're out of it. And so we actually talked about that earlier, just how either Saturday or Sunday, we haven't picked our time yet, but we're going to sit down for an hour and we're going to take a pen and paper and we're actually going to start preparing for what's coming up these next few weeks. I mean, we don't really know exactly, but we do know that we can make a schedule. We can make a home workout schedule. We can make a school schedule for the kids to keep them on point. And we can start to try to program some of that stuff to where we stay on point. Because it's so important for us to do that. If we don't, exactly what's happening right now with me, and I'm giving myself grace on this because this is the first week, you know what I mean? And it's like, wow, all this stuff's happening. I'm still processing it, but okay, fine. A few days, we need to get back on point, like, you know, as soon as we can and start to have some sort of structure, because without it, man, you're kind of doomed, I feel like.
Oh, dude, absolutely. Cause I mean, everything's chaos, right? So if everybody just lets it continue to be chaos, that's, you know, like I said earlier, that's where all the bad shit happens. You know, I mean, if this is the way life is going to be for, you know, until they lift the, you know, shelter in place order or whatever it is, why not create a schedule? You know what I mean? It's like, run life like you normally would run life, just to, you know, appreciate, you know, what you have around you a little bit more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, if you have, you know, if you want to work out, if you don't have a schedule, pick a schedule. You're going to work out from noon to 1 every single day. Dude, I mean, it's like, good. You know, got nothing else going on, you know, structure your life around that. You know what I mean? It's like, take the things that are important now. Obviously fitness is important. Like staying healthy is important. Fitness and eating right. And all that shit's going to help, you know, you not get sick. You know what I mean? So
that's so true.
You start doing fitness, you know, make it a priority, make eating good a priority. I mean, everybody's home cooking anyway, like cook good food. You don't need to eat shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Granted, I went to the store and I might've bought, you know, some cookies and stuff, but it's like, you know, I don't usually eat cookies.
Yeah.
You know, it's not going to kill me. You know,
you got a little bit of sweet tooth or whatever. Although I have a sugar, the podcast that's coming out. Well, actually, as this goes live, it will have already came out on last Friday's episode. But it's about sugar addiction and like the thoughts behind it. Like I never attested that I was quitting sugar, by the way, anybody out there. Okay. But I did talk to this guy, Mike Collins, who's he's been sugar free for like 30 years. A lot of interesting stuff on the health. Although I will say that, you know, sugar does not help our immune system if you don't have it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's
for sure.
Definitely a bonus.
I mean, sugar's just the devil anyway.
Yeah,
no matter how you look at it.
I know it's such a tough one too. Such a drug, you know. Every time I hear the word shelter in place, by the way, too, I want to duck and cover under this table right here and hold my head. It's so weird. It's like that shows you the power of programming, right? Duck and cover. Oh my God, I want to jump under here. It's like, and hide my head. Is there an earthquake? Is there? Oh no, there's a virus.
Is there nuclear war? I mean,
yeah.
What is it?
Who knows at this point?
Exactly.
But man, I'm sorry, dude. I totally interrupted you and got us all off track.
No, you're good.
I figured that was going to happen.
Man. You're good. You didn't. No, there's no interruption.
You were talking about staying fit at home, though, kind of staying on a schedule.
My deal is, man, you know, in my field, I train people. You know what I mean? I write workouts to make people better, whether it's an 85-year-old woman or a 18-year-old kid that's straight out of high school. You know, and you want to be, you know, as fit and healthy as possible. Just for everyday life, you know, it's like, that's one reason why I train in functional fitness, because it applies to life. You know, I mean, you're always going to have to lunge, pick stuff up. So like a deadlift, you get a squat, you're going to, you know, push, pull, and that stuff. And even with all this going on, there's, you know, avenues anybody can take to stay fit. Right. So I post, I do the programming for CrossFit Vacaville North, obviously. And then I do all the programming for Armada Strength. Armada Strength is a more competitive, granted, you know, there's tracks for Olympic lifting, competitive CrossFit, and just fitness. So I'm programming for that every day if people do have home gyms and everything. So they're still getting competitive stuff in, but I'm also doing, you know, body weight and minimal equipment, programming that's posted every day on armadastrength.com and on our Instagram page. And then for the gym too, it's so everybody can stay involved and keep that gym community, you know? So it's like, we're all doing the same workouts still. And we have an awesome hashtag that Angie, the owner of the gym, came up with, hashtag CFVVN at home, you know? So, I mean, if anybody's doing the workouts that they can follow on SugarWOD or the Instagram. Also, if they check our website, they can click on, there's a little WOD button down in the bottom right-hand corner. It'll pull up the workout of the day. So
Nice.
everybody can join in.
It's good, bro. I dig it. And I also dig, speaking of the gym, them checking out some equipment to us. I need to do some deadlifts, dude. However, are we allowed to check out barbells?
Yes, you are allowed.
Oh my God. Jess is going to be so excited.
Yes. I love it.
I will tell her.
Yeah. We're, Angie, wants to do the best by all the members, and stand behind her 100%. And, we're checking out equipment so that way everybody can still, get those, heavy deadlifts or, have a barbell instead of just using, dumbbells or a backpack and things like that. Instead of just doing a bunch of air squats, they're actually going to be able to do some cleans or, some presses or some jerks or whatever, and it's just, we have such a great community and we want to be as involved with that community, especially now when we're not seeing each other every day. Right. So, I mean, we're communicating on social media. There's lots of comments going back and forth between everybody, emails, instant messages and things like that. So we're still staying connected, but, if we can give back by, giving them the equipment, to check out and take home, it's like, we're still involved with them, It's like that we don't ever want to lose that.
That goes back to kind of what we were saying earlier about that service. Like, how can we help other people? Like, what can we do to kind of stay, serving each other as friends, as family, as just people in our communities, we're helping each other out. So I think that's a really good example of that. And, it's given people a way to, we can't come into the gym. Definitely sucks. Like, love seeing everybody and getting that camaraderie, in person, and it's motivating. But I was telling Jess, like, we really got to adapt to this. We really got to adjust to this for now, for as long as it is, hopefully shorter than longer, and just do what we can do. Like, we can only control what we can control, in other words,
right.
You know what I mean? And that's what we got to focus on.
Yeah. And it's like, it's just one of those things, man. It's like, I hope this doesn't last. I mean, obviously everybody wants it to be shorter than longer. It's just, man, I want to do whatever I can to help everybody. And that's why I have the career I have, what I mean? That's my goal every day, is just trying to help people. And everybody's taking advantage of, checking out equipment and stuff. So that's super cool.
So let's kind of start there then. And let's pick that apart a little bit. Like, what are some things, some solid takeaways that those out there listening, what are a couple different good exercises that they can do from home if they have no clue right now? They're just like, well, I don't even know where to start. Like, what is a couple good things to kind of start with?
Yeah. I mean, obviously functional movements, dude, push, pull, squat, lunge, so by push, pull, it, push-ups, sit-ups, squats, lunges, find something to pull on. Like, if you have, a sturdy coffee table, laying underneath it, grabbing a hold of it and pulling up, things like that. And just getting the body moving, getting that heart rate up, go out and run. Yeah. It's like, running's not that bad. Everybody hates it.
Everybody
but it's like,
hates, I don't get it.
It's one of the best things you can do, and it's get that heart rate up, get moving. Don't just sit on your ass.
Yeah.
And watch Netflix and shove donuts in your face. Cause I know, like, bro, I went to the store today. Like, I've gone to the store twice in the last week, and it's been utter chaos.
Oh yeah.
Right. But like, the donuts are gone, bro. All of them, all the donuts are gone. I'm like, come on, guys. Like, dude, there's other things we can eat besides donuts and chips. You know what I mean?
They're all free. They're throwing them in their freezer. They're freezing donuts. Right. I'm gonna have donuts till next year.
I walked down the chip aisle today, just randomly, because one of the other aisles is packed. So I'm just smashing through the store because I already hate grocery shopping, and right now it's making it 10,000 times worse. And you going through the chip aisle, dude. It's like the entire Lay's display of all of the Lay's flavors gone. Damn. Like the bread, you like how the bread's gone. Like, I understand bread, like that's a thing, but dude. Lay's potato chips, bro. Come on. Like, get it together.
Barbecue, salt,
dude,
vinegar,
every flavor you could imagine.
Flavor.
There was none.
So wait, that goes to show that there's no shitty flavor of Lay's, I guess. Or it's just like people are so hungry they don't even care. I'll take this. Okay, I'll take the shitty one. I don't mind.
Exactly. And dude, we have to cook at home anyway. Like, have some veggie. It's pretty depressing, man. Because I eat veggies at every meal, right? So when I went to the grocery store, I'm in the veggies, and dude, like, it's full. Like, come on, like, eat some vegetables. You know what I mean? Let's stay healthy. Like, you're just creating more fucking bullshit, you know, like diabetes and fucking crap, man. Come on.
Did you see Domino's is about to hire 10,000 employees because everyone's delivering pizzas. Yeah, like everyone's like, fuck it, dude. We're like, who knows? I guess we're just gonna eat pizza forever, and we're just Domino's is gonna deliver it. I mean,
that just blows my mind, man.
I know.
It's damn.
Like, I know we're having some fun with this too, but like, bro, I don't know if our lives will ever be the same again. I gotta say, like, on a real note, like, I don't know.
On the real, dude, I think this is giving everybody a different perspective, right? Not take, you know, as much for granted. And you know, I mean, there's going to be those people out there that do, regardless, like, oh, I'm still gonna eat these chips and then I'm gonna go back to normal life. Cool, you know, but I think you're 100% right, dude. I don't think, you know, for most people, life's not going to be the same. You know, like, I'm gonna look at things. I mean, I have a pretty, you know, optimistic outlook on everything anyway, and I'm pretty logical when it comes to stuff. But I'm still going to look at things different. You know, it's like, you know, when my mom calls me, you know, instead of like, oh, hey, yeah, cool, you know, hey, no, okay, I got to go. I'm going to take that extra 20 minutes and talk to her. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's just, it's people should just appreciate everything they got, you know, because I mean, man, it would suck to like get this virus, right, and actually die from it. And it's like, where are you at in life? Like, how do you feel about that? That sucks.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
life is short, man, for sure. And it's back to the whole perspective thing, man. Like, we got to control what we can control. God gave us bodies to stay healthy, keep our minds, our bodies fit, mentally sound, sober minded. You know, for those of us in recovery, you know, we have an opportunity to make some changes, I feel like, and hopefully, you know, people take advantage of it. I was just thinking though too, man, like, what if Domino's came in and they saved the world, and like they were the ones
pizza
like
at a time.
That's their new slogan, one pizza at a time. Nationwide pizza chain Domino's says it expects to hire 10,000 workers. Demand for delivery pizza explodes amid the coronavirus chaos. Workers needed include delivery drivers, pizza cooks, customer service reps, store managers, truck drivers for legit. I mean, they're hiring the whole thing. That's pretty amazing, dude. They're going to come in and save the world. Domino's pizza, dude. Unbelievable.
One pizza at a time.
One pizza at a time, baby. That's right. It takes me back to high school because they sold Domino's at our high school, and so that was always fun. Like, you know, you like had some money. Oh, lunch is coming. I'm going to get some Domino's. Bro, I might order Domino's tonight. Hey, Domino's, you going to sponsor this podcast now or what? What's going on?
There
man?
It is.
There it is, man. Domino's
pizza.
Hard. Domino's pizza. I'm ordering it tonight. That way we can save up on some of this food that's stocked in the refrigerator before.
Right. You know, just all you're doing is just prolonging the food stock. You know,
that's right.
It's
we're helping.
Logical. 100% logical.
Totally logical, bro. Totally logical. I think anything, I'm gonna make anything at this point logical. I don't care how unethical or unlogical it is. I'm gonna find a way to shape it and mold it into logic. Because
that's
it's so
man.
crazy.
You know, justification. That's 100% how life should go.
Yeah, dude. Man. Crazy stuff. So back to kind of some of the home stuff though. Enough of my antics right now. Actually, who cares? We as much antics as we want.
Let's just keep
right?
rolling with it, bro.
We're gonna have some fun with it, but I want to make sure that people listening don't just hear my dumbass being goofy. Like, there's actually some home workout stuff you can do. A lot of push, a lot of pull. Air squats are good. Burpees, man, dude. Burpees. Yeah. I love burpees. I hate burpees, but I love them. Do you have that relationship too?
I have that relationship too. So, like, you know, like I said, I've been working out with my buddy Stacy's house and everything.
Yeah.
And I have a weight vest. So I threw on my vest yesterday and we did, I think it was 70 burpees, all the handstand push-ups, thrusters, all the things. But I mean, having that vet, man, I forgot how much that hurts, you know, but I mean, brutal. Anybody could do that. They don't necessarily need a vest, you know. I mean, grab a backpack, put some bottles of water in it, wrapped in some towels. So that way it doesn't beat up your back.
Yeah.
And you can do weighted push-ups. You can do weighted planks. You can do a run. You know what I mean? It's like doing a ruck run.
Yeah.
You can use literally almost anything around your house, as long as it's going to add, some weight or resistance to it, and it's people like, oh, I have zero equipment. Cool. You can make something. You can make anything. You just went to the store and bought all of the non-perishable food. So you got cans of stuff, right?
Yeah,
so
get creative.
Put those bad boys in your hands and do 100 thrusters. I guarantee your arm's going to burn like hell when you're done.
What about for somebody who is, they're not really in any kind of physical shape. Maybe they're a little bit overweight, but they're like, man, this is it. Like, this is the time I'm making some changes. Like, where do they start? Obviously, everyone's at different levels in different spots. Where would someone like that begin?
See, that's the beauty of, CrossFit and the methodology like that, right? Everything is scalable. And if anybody has any questions about anything, they can shoot me a DM, they can shoot the gym a DM, and it's, you have to start somewhere. So say you're a little bit overweight, start walking, before you start running. If walk, then run, do little spurts of both, go back and forth. If you can only do 10 air squats, do those 10 air squats. If you can do 10 lunges, do 10 lunges. Then 2 days later, if you, depending on how sore you are, do 12 lunges, and then 14, and then 20, and then work your way up. You don't need to come out of the gate and be able to do 100 push-ups.
Yeah.
Start with 10. If you get 10 done, awesome. Let's bump that up. It should never be a feeling of, I can't do this because it's too intense, because I've met hundreds of people and they're like, oh, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I'm a CrossFit coach. And they're like, oh, I can never do CrossFit. I'm not fit enough for that. It's like, you don't have to be fit to do CrossFit. You can do anything that we tell you to do. Everything's scalable. Like, we have a great coaching staff that can scale anything for anyone. And it's even the at-home workouts, everything could be scaled back for what you are capable of doing.
Yeah.
It's really not that hard, and one thing that it's not irritating, but it's like, it's kind of depressing in a way is, when people say, oh, I just can't do it. And then they just don't do it. And it's like, just put in a little bit of effort and it goes a long, long way. But when I first started doing CrossFit, and I've told you this 100 times, I couldn't overhead squat a piece of PVC pipe because my shoulder mobility sucked and I was just not fit. I mean, all I did was be in a band, and that was the only exercise I got, was being on stage and throwing myself around like a rag doll,
Yeah.
And it was just like, I went from being a party animal to doing fitness like overnight because I needed to make a change in my life. Right. So I stopped partying. I stopped being an idiot, and I started somewhere, you know what I mean? And it's like, you have to start somewhere and keep after it and stay consistent to get good at it. It's just it's anything, you're not going to be a whiz guitar player unless you put in the time to be a whiz guitar player. Right.
Yeah.
So it's just the same thing with fitness, and it's just really sad when people say, oh, I can't, and then they just don't.
Well, they don't show up. That's the hardest thing, is showing up and putting in the work. So it really is such a great analogy just for staying sober. You know what I mean? Like, I hear people, oh, I could never stay sober. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, with an attitude like that, of course you can't, number one. Number two, like, you got to show up and do the work. You don't just, there's much more to it than just whether it's fitness, like you said, or being sober, staying sober, trying something new, playing guitar, whatever it is. You have to actually show up and do the work a little bit at a time. And I think the patience thing is what's hard for a lot of people. I know it's hard for me. Like, I'm the person I live forever my life of wanting that immediate gratification overnight. And it doesn't happen like that, whether we're talking about getting healthy, staying fit, or playing guitar, or staying sober. So, like, I know for Jess and I, she just texted me, by the way, all excited that we get to check out equipment tomorrow. She's like, tomorrow, 9 to 11, we can rent equipment. Woo. She gave me a list of what we want: a green band, dumbbells, a wall ball, ab mat, a kettlebell. And I'm like, okay, all right. She's pumped. But
so we do have to limit it to something. But,
yeah, I'll tell her. I know. Yeah, we're not taking the whole gym with us, babe.
A little bit.
Yeah, let's take it one at a time, okay?
Yeah, I love the excitement, though.
She's definitely excited. And I think that, that goes along with it, right? You get excited. You get in those like you were saying earlier, do it for 5 days in a row, 7 days in a row, start rebuilding those neural pathways that set your, what you do, your schedule, your thought process. And then there is some excitement. Then you get pissed when you miss a day. Like you start, it's, you feel out of your normal if you miss a day. Those are the types of things that kind of help. Being consistent and having patience in it, man. It doesn't happen overnight.
No, absolutely not. And like one of the things too is like, it takes 30 days to form a habit, you know? So, and I mean, if that's what they narrowed it down to, I mean, if you can do that for 30 days and continue to do that after 30 days, then you're on the right path. And the thing with that whole 30-day, building a habit thing, that's great and all, but you don't usually start seeing progress till 6-8 weeks. So it's like you got to keep being consistent. You can't just do it for 30 days and then like, oh, this is dumb, I'm not seeing any results. Trust the process. Just keep building on that. If you're building a habit, just keep doing that. And especially if it's a good one, right? If it's a bad one, stop that shit. It's not good.
Don't build bad habits. Build good ones for sure.
Exactly.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I never had any consistency myself with that, because I would always go for a month, 2 months. I think the longest was maybe 3 months, and then I would quit. You know what I mean? Like it's been a year. Jess and I have been at the gym for a year now, and I've actually finally seen like results. And I'm just not saying physically, but just like even in my mobility, my attitude, the way I feel about myself, like all that stuff. So I'm just kind of saying like the consistency does pay off. I know it's hard, but you got to stick in it and you got to get after it and just do the best you can. Like it's never going to be perfect. Like I'm one of those people who unfortunately is never satisfied, and it's a blessing and a curse at the same time because I'm pushing, but like, it's just, you're just trying to do your best and stay consistent. So I just wanted to add that in.
Absolutely. And there's one thing to look at it too is being consistent over a long period of time. Right. Yeah. So, like sometimes, somebody will end up showing up to 1 day a week at a gym. Yeah. Right. And then, 2 days a week. Cool. You're not going to see results for a very long time, if at all, if you're only doing that 1 or 2 days a week. You know what I mean? If you're going to do it, just show up, keep doing it, put in 4 days, put in 5 days, obviously you need rest, but you have to keep that consistency. If you want to see the results and you want to, better yourself in that way, you have to keep that consistency and you have to keep going. Because in my CrossFit career, there's been a lot of times where there was, super consistency and I'm been doing awesome. And then there's been times where I've dropped off completely and, didn't work out for a long extended period of times. I had a lot of things, go on, in life and shit like that, divorce and things, but it's, once you get in that groove, don't lose that groove. That's like the one piece of advice that I could give anyone when it comes to working out is just try to get that groove, stick with that groove, and just stay consistent the best you can.
What do you mentioned rest, right? Rest days. That's always been something I've kind of wondered about. And you hear a lot of different theories on it or different opinions on it, different styles people have. I know you can work out 4 or 5 days a week. A lot of people do it at our gym. What is the rest cycle? What's a safe spot to kind of shoot for?
So the CrossFit methodology is 3 days on, 1 day off. That's a really good balance, right? Because I mean, you've been there, Monday through Thursday, and like Thursday you just feel like you got hit by a truck.
Totally.
I program for my athletes. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday we work out. Thursday's a mandatory rest day, but not like rest by like sit on your ass. I mean like active rest. Go out, go a hike, swim. Not like hard. Just active rest. And then Friday, Saturday we'll work out. Sunday's another active rest day. But like when it comes to like the gym programming, right? You could do the programming for, Monday through Friday or Monday through Saturday, because we're doing so many different things because of the constantly varied aspect, just same with Armada, but it's geared towards, somebody could come in. Yeah. You might feel like you got hit by a truck, but you have to remember, like you have to go on what your body feels like. If you feel worn out, run down, take an active rest day. I'm not going to put out there, okay, every Thursday is a rest day for gym athletes, because, they're not trying Some of them are trying to compete, but some, most of them aren't.
Yeah.
So like for you, I would tell you, and I have told you, go on how you feel.
Yeah.
If you feel like shit, probably take a rest day. You know what I mean? If you feel good, come in and work out. That's the thing is, rest is super important, because if you don't take the rest, you're not going to be rebuilding the muscles that you're building, right? Because all we're doing is ripping our muscles to shreds. They have to heal at some point, and that's where mass and gains and progress comes from, right? But if you're not taking that rest, or you sleep like shit, or you're eating garbage, you know what I mean? You're not going to get the results that you could be getting if you followed, better protocol, as it were.
So what you're saying is to even simplify, is we just got to use some common sense and know our bodies, man. Like
there it is.
Like we're inclined to always turn to other people for this advice, which rightfully so we should do when we're talking to a coach or a mentor, someone who has been there, has experience, all that stuff, get that. But at the same time, we know our bodies best. And so we really have to take that self-advocacy and try to understand and kind of mix the two together.
Yeah. And common sense, man, isn't so common, right? Because I mean, there's been times like when I was hitting it really hard before I even became a coach, I was in the gym 6 days a week and I was just feeling beat. And my coach like, you need a rest. I'm like, nah, bro, I'm just going to keep coming to the gym. Because I didn't listen, and it's like, once I started like, oh damn, I just can't go today.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh, now I know what he's talking about. Right. So in that lies in overtraining too. Like, you're not going to see results that you could if you're overtraining your body. If you are doing too much, say you go for a 3-mile run, then you go to CrossFit and you beat yourself up for an hour, and then you're going to go home and do a bro sesh and do some curls and some press and some bench and blah, blah, blah. And you're just wasting all those muscles that you just worked out.
Yeah.
You're overtraining muscle groups, right? So you're not giving yourself balance, so it's like, that's one thing that, like, when I program, I try to provide as much balance all the way around as I can, when it comes to Armada or the gym.
Yeah. Trying to get a good different, I mean, because I guess that enables you to be able to be a little more, gives you the ability to work out a little bit more, right? If you're having balance in your different workouts, I guess I'm saying in consecutive days or more days during the week.
And that's the goal, right? So it's like, if we're doing squats on Monday and we do squats on Tuesday and we do squats on Wednesday, your legs are gonna be smoked. Like, it's just, you just can't do it, and it's the constantly varied aspect. That's the beauty of getting the best results and your gains and shit like that. It's just, you just got to be smart, man. Just like life, dude, you got to be smart about everything. You know what I mean? You're not going to walk in front of a car. If your body feels like shit, don't work out. Yeah. Simple.
How about just the old classic, skipping some rope, How about get yourself a jump rope out there, people.
Hell yeah, dude. Like, I love jump rope. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'll do double unders all day.
You will. You got the double unders down. You and your $150 jump rope, dude. That thing's legit.
Practice, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it's like, dude, jump rope. If you can't do double unders, do singles. You know what I mean? Try to learn how to do double unders though. Try. Mm-hmm. You can't just show up all the time like, nope, just gonna go with single. Dude, try to do double unders. It's just there's natural progression in anything that we do with the fitness. You know what I mean? So if you're gonna move the same weight every single time you come in, you're not gonna get the benefits of, moving bigger weight, because you're stuck at one, you're putting yourself at a plateau instead of hitting a plateau. Does that make sense?
Oh, it does. And I think that it goes back to that mentality we've talked a lot about on this show. And I definitely am not the one who came up with it. I think I've heard it on a few different shows, but embracing the suck, right? Like, you're going to have to suck at some shit for a while, and you're going to have to try it and suck at it until you eventually keep doing it, and you suck a little less and you suck a little less. And then all of a sudden one day it clicks and you go, okay, I kind of got this. And then you slowly progress with patience and persistence, and you get a little better and better and better before you know it, you're actually doing the shit.
Absolutely, dude. And it's like, on my lifters, on my lifting shoes, I have 2 patches. One says suck and one says less. And I have them not out to where people could read them. I have them pointed at me, so I read them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's like, good. I'm not, I can move well, but I can't move a lot of weight. Right. So it's like, every time I put them on, it's like, hey, guess what? Suck less, try harder. You know what I mean? Let's just get your shit together, bro. Come on, we got this.
Let's do it.
But that's the thing, is like, you have to accept you're going to suck at something. You go no matter what. Like it's just no matter how much it pisses you off. But if it pisses you off, then try to get better at it, right?
Yeah. That's the problem, I think, especially with a lot of people in general, but I'll just kind of speak from a dude aspect, because I'm a dude, is like we get to, like, when we're kids, you know, we try all this new stuff out, right? We have no fear to try something new. And then we get to adulthood and we think that, you know, we get responsibilities and we get families and we get jobs and we got to pay bills and taxes and all kinds of shit, right? All the real life stuff. And we stop trying new stuff because we don't want to suck at it. We just go through our day. We do our same thing. We stay in the same routine, you know, whatever that looks like for that time. And we stop trying new stuff. And that's when life gets really boring. And I actually got to that point, you know, before I myself ended up getting sober. I just stopped trying stuff. I didn't do anything anymore. You gotta just step out of the comfort zone, get uncomfortable a little bit, go after it, and you know, you can really do anything. Pumped up.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you know, and like, to speak to that, dude, it's like you get comfortable. You know what I mean? And it's like, why be comfortable? You know what I mean? Like, I love excitement. I love, like, new experiences and stuff, dude. I couldn't tell you how many times I've jumped in my truck and just drove somewhere and had no destination planned. And dude, I've ended up in Bishop before, in Camden Bishop. You know what I mean? Just because I've never done that before. So fucking why not? You know, it's like, dude, everybody should just take life and, like, experience it. You know what I mean? Don't just go through, you know, your humdrum day-to-day blah blah bullshit and like take some chances, do some shit. And, like, my goal is at least once a week do something I've never ever done before. Yeah, you know what I mean? No matter how much it scares the shit out of me, no matter what, just do it. And you never know, you might like it. So
let's take that concept, since we're all on Black Mirror quarantine right now, and something that maybe someone out there's never done before. They're gonna get after a little bit of CrossFit. They're gonna try a home CrossFit workout for the first time, and they're gonna start light, and they're gonna start, you know, at their own pace. They're just going to do something. It doesn't matter what it is, but they're going to do something a little bit today, a little bit tomorrow, a little more the next day. Like, how can you help them do that if they don't want to, or they don't even know where to start as far as program? You got a lot of good options out there through Armada, through the gym, a lot of good resources. Like, how can you help some folks if they're looking for it?
So if they need it, if they have questions about anything, like, Armada has so many different programming tracks that we offer, that, you know, you can go to our website, you can, you know, try out any one of our tracks for free for at least a week, and, you know, go through the workouts, you know, and if anybody has any questions at all, they can shoot us a DM, they can shoot us an email. 95% of all my Armada athletes have my personal number. They shoot me texts, because I have a bunch that are, you know, all around the country. Right. So, like, some of my athletes in Florida or some of my athletes in Indiana, you know, they send me videos and they're like, oh, how's this lift? And I'm like, okay, this is how we need to fix this, you know, and it's, I mean, so I'm doing remote coaching as well. Yeah. So it's like, if anyone wants to do any type of fitness, that's what I'm here for. You know, like, if you have questions, shoot me your questions. I will 100% answer them and try to get you, you know, on the best path and give you all the keys so you can go through any door that you want to. You know what I mean? It's just that when it comes down to it, though, they got to show up. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like,
Can't do it for them, you know?
Yeah. And it's like, I'll give them all the info and everything they need, and then just make it happen.
Yeah, that's good, dude. Got to show up. Same thing with recovery. Got to show up. Got to get to a meeting. Got to put in the work. All that good stuff, man. So I love it, dude. I put all the links in the show notes here too, Trent. And then for those out there listening, so if you want to check any of Armada Strength, it's armadastrength.com. CrossFit Vacaville North, it's crossfitvvn.com. At CF_coach_Trent. I'll put all this in there in the show notes so you guys can find it, of course. And dude, I mean, this was a good time, dude. I'm glad we got to rap a little bit and kind of joke around. I really needed it, dude, because it's been really serious the last few days, man. And I tend to get wrapped up a lot of the time in, you know, what's like following different stories. And dude, my phone's just been getting blown up off the hook from homie. Like we have different threads going where we're shooting ideas around. Well, what about this? Like what's going to happen? All that kind of stuff, man. And I understand the severity of the situation that we're in. I do, but at the same time, like I gotta laugh and just like, I kind of gotta laugh about it a little bit. Cause it's so fucking insane, bro. Like,
oh, fuck it. Absolutely, man. You know, and it's like, this is a great like mental break. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not sitting in the house. I'm not trying to do work. I'm not, you know, it's always a good time talking to you, man. I appreciate you having me on. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, dude. Thank you. I want to say too, man, one last thing is that, and I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole, I promise, but you know, support local small business the best that you can. Like, so, you know, support Trent, support your gyms, like support, you know, your family, your friends, the best that we can, because I want to take one quick look at something really quick. And I'm very grateful for the large companies that are still open right now that we can go get groceries. I am. But if we look at this on a longer scale perspective, small business is getting crushed right now, and corporate is looking for a big expansion. So I just kind of want to plant that seed, do your own research, do your own homework from there. I promise you that the breadcrumbs lead to different things. But in a nutshell, support your local people, man. It's really important. I just want to encourage others out there to do that. I appreciate you though, bro. Thank you again.
Same, man. Thanks for having me on. It's always a good time hanging out with you.
All right, man.
Even though I'm not like actually there hanging out with you.
Yeah, I know, because I got scared, man, because I thought someone had the virus.
It happened,
I did.
Bro.
No, I mean, and I guess that's what we're living in right now, man. And it's like we got to take precautions. And even though did you saw the post that I posted, right, about the cameraman? Go back.
Yeah, dude. It can't be that bad if the cameraman's just like chilling, right?
Dude, yeah. So go for those listening, if you go on my Instagram at @RealThatSoberGuy. Where the hell is it? I want to read it. Someone had sent me this on Twitter, and it's a picture. I don't know where they're at. They're in one of the bigger cities, it looks like. But the news reporter, he's standing here in his full, like, you know, coronavirus suit, his COVID gear. He's got the mask, he's got the blue scrubs, the hood is on, like all this stuff. And so when you look through the camera, that's all you're going to see, right? Well, somebody took this photo from the back of the camera guy, and the camera guy that's filming him has no protective gear on at all. He's completely exposed. Jeans and a t-shirt.
It'd been so better if he was shirtless or in a tank top.
Oh yeah, that would have been awesome, bro. Some flip-flops. Like, right. You know, I mean, it's just kind of funny. And the text was too, either the corona situation isn't as dangerous as the media claims it is, or this cameraman's boss just really hates him. So it's kind of funny. Like, I don't really know what to believe anymore, to be honest, but it's definitely an interesting time. So anyways, man, yeah, thanks again, bro. I appreciate you. Be sure to check out thatsoberguy.com. You can go there. You can go at @RealThatSoberGuy on Instagram, Twitter @Shane Raymer. Trent, thanks again, brother. I love you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man. Love you too.
I've been trying to keep my head on straight. I've been trying to keep my head on straight. I've been trying to keep my head on straight. You still say that I don't know anything about you. Oh, I don't know anything about you, but I know what you do in the back room. And you still say that I don't know anything about you. Oh, I don't know anything about you, but I know what you do in the back room.